What is up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to walk you through the exact posture routine I use on myself and with all my personal training clients to fix their posture. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what is causing your poor posture, the best posture corrective exercises, some actionable steps you can take today to get your posture improving in the right direction. Let's go. Before we can improve our posture, it's best to first understand exactly what posture is. Posture is defined as the position in which someone holds their body when standing or sitting. So what is considered good posture? Good posture is when your shoulders are back, your chest is up, head is in a neutral position, and your spine has a slight natural curve going down to your butt. In comparison, bad posture shows the opposite. Your shoulders and neck are rounded forward, your chest is closed off, and your spine has an excessive curve with your butt sticking out. So why is poor posture so common nowadays? Many of us have desk jobs, use iPhones or computers most of the day, and our everyday lives just don't really require us to sit in that upright position. Our bodies are wired to be as efficient as possible. Efficient meaning our bodies want to use the least amount of energy while doing everyday tasks. This is essentially a survival tactic. Everything our bodies do is generally a response for it trying to survive. And as a result, we have become really good and efficient at having poor posture. Believe it or not, poor posture can actually be the root cause of many pain points you have on your body because our body is not meant to be in this poor position. It doesn't allow the muscles in our body to work how they should, and when it stays in this position for an extended period of time, it just causes pain and discomfort. Now that we know what causes poor posture, let's break down exactly what's going on with our bodies when we're in this position and how to fix it. When we sit or stand in this position, there are specific parts in our bodies that are not working how they should, and this is exactly what causes pain in our everyday lives. When our shoulders and head round forward, this causes them to be in a shortened position. Shortened position essentially means your muscles are coming closer together. Think of this as the opposite of stretching. If we stay in this position for an extended period of time, they will eventually become extremely tight, which translates to the pain and discomfort you may be feeling. If you look on the opposite side now, the muscles opposing your chest and shoulders are lengthened and in a stretched position. When a muscle is stretched out and in this lengthened position for an extended period of time, it becomes extremely weak. Now you can see how this is a major problem. Our upper back is slowly getting weaker while our chest and shoulders is slowly getting tighter, which strengthens this muscle imbalance and overall poor posture. The same concept applies to our lower body as well. When your glutes stick out, they are weakened and in a lengthened position, causing your hip flexors to shorten and become extremely tight, just like your chest and shoulders. If you are someone who sits or drives a car for a decent amount of time every day, this position can be very common if it is not addressed. I'm sure someone out there has tried fixing their posture by just being more aware of it. You'll sit upright for a minute or two. Before you know it, you'll be right back to where you started. This is because our bodies don't want to work hard. It's trying to conserve every ounce of energy you have to survive, and unfortunately, it's not that easy. You can't just be more aware of it. You have to take actionable steps with each muscle group to force your body into good posture without having to think about it. So now the next question is, how do we fix these problems that are causing us pain and tightness? This is actually really straightforward. We just have to stretch the muscles that are tight and strengthen the muscles that are weak. When it comes to posture corrective exercises, you don't need to do 100 different ones. The key is to pick 1 to 2 movements, get really good at them, and do them frequently. We're gonna run through 1 to 2 exercises for each muscle group, and that's more than enough to get you headed in the right direction. Let's go. All right, everyone, this is stretch number 1 for our chest and shoulders. It's called a foam roller chest opener. So you're gonna need a foam roller, but don't worry if you don't have one. I'm gonna show you an alternative you can do without any equipment. So the key with this is starting the foam roller on your lower back, positioning it across your entire body, and letting your head rest the very end. You're gonna make a W with your hands. You wanna make sure your hand, elbow, and wrist is all in alignment. And when you're in this position, you're just gonna try to drive all of those points of contacts to the ground. Don't worry if you can't touch the ground entirely. As long as you're feeling a good stretch in your chest, it's working. Hold this for about 30 seconds. Let's go. Okay, this is the alternative. If you don't have a foam roller, you're gonna find a doorway and do the exact same thing. Make a W with your arms, place them in the doorway, and you're just gonna lean into it until you feel a really, really good stretch in your chest, driving against your arms through the doorway. Hold this for about 30 seconds as well. Let's go. Okay, now that we've stretched out our chest and shoulders, it's time to strengthen our upper back muscles. These are called band pull-aparts. Strength exercise number 1 for you guys. So you're gonna grab a resistance band, stick your arms straight out like this. All you're doing is pulling that band apart and squeezing the hell out of your shoulder blades like that. Slow and controlled. You really wanna make sure those shoulder blades are squeezed, really focused on this portion of the movement. Do about 15 to 20 reps, just like that. Let's go. Okay, this is stretch number 2 for our chest and shoulders. They're called shoulder dislocates. You want to grab something that's pretty long, at least 1.5 times shoulder width. It can be a PVC pipe, resistance band, even a towel. You're gonna take a good wide grip. You're gonna slowly bring it up just like this. And when you get to the top portion, you're gonna flip those shoulders back and bring it all the way back to that lower back. So the key with this is getting that rotation at the top. What happens to a lot of people is they'll get here and they'll start coming down like this. If you can't get that flip, just take a wider grip. It should be a lot easier for you. And over time, you'll be able to take a more narrow grip with this exercise. Do about 5 to 10 reps, slow and controlled, just like this. Let's go. Okay, these are called wall angels. This is strength exercise number 2 for upper back. You're gonna find a wall, and there's a few points of contact you wanna keep with the wall the entire time. Your mid to upper back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands, and head. When you're in this position, you're gonna feel your upper back light up a lot. That's good, that's what we want. And when you keep these points of contact, you're just gonna slowly bring those arms up, trying to keep everything touching the wall the whole time. Once you get right about here, you're gonna go all the way down and squeeze the hell of that upper back, drive those elbows to the ground, and repeat. Do about 5 to 10 reps, just like that. Let's go. Okay, now we're gonna move down to the lower body and focus on our hip flexors. This is stretch number 1 for our hips. So you're gonna start in this kneeling position, and the knee that's on the ground, that's the hip we're trying to work. So when you're right here, you want to squeeze your right butt cheek and try to tuck your tailbone forward. In this position, staying nice and stationary, you should be feeling a deep stretch right at that hip flexor right there. Hold it for about 30 seconds, and then switch legs. Let's go. Okay, this is stretch number 2 for our hips. It's called a 90-90 stretch. To get in position, you're gonna bring one leg behind you like this. You wanna make sure this leg is in line with this arm. I'm facing straight away like this. This is in perfect alignment, 90-degree angle with my knee. For the other knee, you want that to be nice and square as well, 90-degree angle. And you're gonna square up with that knee, good upright posture. And you're just gonna hold and sit in this position for about 30 seconds before switching sides. Let's go. Okay, last movement for you guys. We're moving on to our glutes now. This is a strength exercise called a glute bridge. You're gonna lay down just like this with your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width, toes pointed out, putting your head back, and you're gonna drive through your heels up like this. And the key with this exercise is before you press up like that, you want to flatten your back, flex your core. It's gonna make you feel it way more in your glutes. So you come up, good hard squeeze right here. Pause for about 3 seconds. Slow and control on the way down. Another thing to remember is make sure that shin is nice and vertical with your foot and knee. It's not too close or too far out. Let's go. All right, now that we have the stretches and exercises in place, how are we going to include these in our everyday routine? When it comes to fixing muscle imbalances from having poor posture, it all comes down to truly connecting with the muscles we are trying to target and doing the stretches and exercises on a daily basis. With that being said, as you begin to fix your poor posture, you won't necessarily have to do these movements as frequently. As your body begins to learn how to sit upright, it will do it more frequently throughout the day without you having to think about it. And as a result, your body will strengthen this new movement pattern, so the time required to do these posture correction exercises can eventually be a lot less. Here's a solid layout of a daily routine to help you get started. As you can see, the stretches will be done in terms of time, while the exercises will be done in terms of reps. Feel free to do more than one round of this routine. You can do multiple rounds of it, even a few times a day. The key is to just get consistent with it and to incorporate it into your daily routine. If you go to the gym, this is something you can do before or after a workout. When I did this routine, I like to do it first thing in the morning. Like I said, the key is to just be consistent. You don't have to do every single movement on the list. Remember, if you currently aren't doing anything, adding 1 to 2 of these movements today can be an improvement for you. Improving your posture is a lot easier than you think. Don't overcomplicate the process. It's as simple as stretching a few muscles and strengthening some others. This is the exact routine I take through my personal training clients, and it works great. Now you have the exact plan on how to improve your posture. Now it's just time to execute the plan. If you got any value from this video or want to see more videos on how to improve your posture, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching, everyone. Let's go.